So follow along as I basically start my gardening journey as a beginner gardener. So right now I'm trying to grow tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, collard greens, of lettuce, and I do have some cucumbers growing, and I also just recently planted some sunflowers. Right here, I fertilized my tomatoes earlier in the week because I saw that their second leaves were coming in. So the internet was basically, well, Google said that you need to like the videos I were watching said that you need to like fertilize them when you start to see their second leaves. And then like on the right, you can see the Brussels sprouts starting to grow. And this was the fertilizer that I was using. I got it from Amazon. And yeah, and then I fertilized the rest of the seedlings that are trying to go, which are lettuce. And then right here, I'm taking a picture of the Brussels sprout that just died. I got a grow light from Amazon, and I think I had the grow light on like way too intense, and I think it basically killed my Brussels sprout. I don't think Brussels sprouts like a lot of heat. I checked the soil, and yeah, it was extremely hot. As you can see, it was like almost 70 or something like that. And yeah, and I then also noticed that my lettuce was starting to pale, which is not a good sign. And then there goes my tomatoes. Okay, so one thing you'll notice is that my tomatoes and also my Brussels sprouts has been like basically doing their leaves in like a V shape. And I think it's because they have been getting too much sunlight. I looked on the internet and I've got mixed reviews on this, but I definitely have made my own decision and I assessment. And I really think that my grow light and the intensity of the light has really influenced like the leaves and why they're doing that. So if you see your leaves doing that, then you may have too much light. So as you can see, like I started to play around with the grow light and adjust its height. And I honestly think that is starting to make a difference. So I think I solved the problem of why my Brussels sprout died. It was because the light was just way too intense, and I think I had it way too high. And also, hold on one second. This are the sun. I also planted sunflowers. I forgot to mention, and they are starting to come up. And then you can see here that I have like a fan that is blowing on the plants to give it some additional oxygen because I do have my seed starting set up in my garage. Okay, yeah, right here. This is so important. So you see how the leaves are basically in a V shape? I think it was because I was giving my leaves way too much light. And also I noticed that my Brussels sprouts started to get pale. And this is right after I started to give them more light because I got a new grow light, right? So that's what they look like, a V in the morning time today. I mean, yesterday. And then whenever I went to go check on them this morning around 10 a.m., I saw, oh, that was whenever I plucked out the Brussels sprout from last night. I'm so sorry. It just didn't make it. But you see quickly that the next morning I noticed that if the film would hurry up, the next right here next morning I noticed that the leaves had opened up from the with the black seeded Simpson right here. They started to open up this morning. So that's telling me that they want to receive light, but I think I'm giving them too much light. So I basically monitored them throughout the whole entire day to see whenever their leaves were starting to close. I know right here, this is some flowers that I'm growing. Some flowers I mentioned, and also some other flowers I think called zinnias. Um, so as you can see, they're doing good throughout the day whenever I was checking on them. And then I oh, and I also planted some cucumbers and they have not germinated yet, and I think it's because the temperature is just way too cold in the garage. I'm waiting for the clip to get to the good part. In the meantime, let's talk about this thermostat. I checked the thermostat and it was about 60-ish, which isn't too bad for the crops that I'm growing. But I do think that is way too cold for cucumbers, so I decided to move the cucumbers to my refrigerator. Okay, this is the good part. So so the leaves are now closed. This is about 6 p.m. So that's telling me that they don't want any more light. So you really have to pay attention to how much light that you're giving your plants. And oh, I found a little earthworm crawling into my garage, and I just decided to put it in the garden bed. Apparently, worms are really good for adding aeration to the soil, and they also help to decompose organic matter that then releases to the soil, and then your plants can basically suck up the nutrients. That's a complicated way, a lengthy way for saying that earthworms are really good for your soil. Subscribe for more videos like these. I'll see you in the next one.